So hey there guys, how are you doing? Welcome to my pre-team of the year trading guide, and I'll just give you some tips and sort of predictions for the team of the year. So just before we start, just a little disclaimer, which pretty much everything that I'm going to say is basically my opinion on what happened last year, my observation of what happened last year. So if we move on here to the next one. So first of all, if you don't know what it is, the team of the year, it is announced by FIFA, and by FIFA I mean like the actual football organization. The 7th of January, which is today, and it should be in a few hours, might even be out already by the time this video gets released. It's going to be really late here in Australia, so I wanted to wait for it so I could give you some more information, also when EA is going to release them, but I just wanted to get this video out before they actually do it. So unfortunately I don't have as much information as I would like to, but we'll just have to go with what we know so far. So it's going to be 11 players. I believe it is in the 4-3-3 formation always, so it's going to be 4-3-3, it is, but yeah, so it'll be announced later today most likely. And when are they going to be in packs? Now, I'm not sure. It could be on Monday, which is today. It could be on Wednesday together with the team of the week. No real way to know for sure. Best way to do it is just follow EA Sports on FIFA on Twitter, or really anybody else on Twitter, because people will be going crazy when they do announce it. But what they did last year, and they could very well do this again, is they released the team of the year players separately, based on their positions. So on the first 2 days, they released the defenders and goalkeeper. And then the next 2 days, it was the midfielders. And then the last 2 days, it was the attackers. But what they actually did last year is, after they released all the separate positions separately, and then for one last day, I think it was maybe one last day, they released all of the players into the packs again. So everybody was available at one point. So this is something to watch out for, because I'm not sure if they're going to do it again, but probably will. They'll always try to milk as much as they can from the team of the years. So I'll probably say they're going to do it the same way as last year. But of course, they could just release everybody out at the same time in the traditional team of the week format. That's something that could happen as well. So now let's move on here to some price predictions. So let me just get the little drawing thing here. Where is it? No, not this. This one. Okay. So basically the team of the year prices, well, that's a really bad line. But anyway, the team of the year prices are going to be very similar to the team of the week prices, the way they'll vary. So of course, as always, this is time, and this is the price of the player. So, but I did find last year there was one sort of big difference, and that is that traditionally, once a player is out of packs, he'll keep dropping throughout the week, that he is in form or in packs. And then let's say here is when he goes out of packs. So traditionally the player will start rising after he's out of packs. But what kind of happened last year with the team of the year, especially since they did it separately, is that people sort of anticipated this was going to happen. And they sort of predicted that at this point here was going to be when the player would be at their cheapest. So people would start sort of trying to buy them maybe around here, and try to buy them at their cheapest. Around here, what would happen is the player would start rising a little bit before they would start going out of packs. So the actual cheapest was a little bit before over here, before they were out of packs. And it's kind of hard to really predict when this is going to be, but I would say maybe the best approximation would be to just take a look at it after the last happy hour that they do before the player is out of packs. So yeah, after the last happy hour would probably be when the players will be at their cheapest. Now, of course, if they do release it in separate parts, so let's say this is the defenders, so then the same thing will happen here for the midfielders, and then for the, oh wow, what happened there? And then for the attackers. But if they do release everybody again at the end, then probably, let's say here is at the end of the week, maybe on Sunday, something like that. And then the defenders have risen up until, let's say, this price right here. They could drop again. Most likely they will drop below what their cheapest one was. That's what would usually happen. But as far as after all the team is all done, they'll probably keep rising for a while. And this they did get last year. But once you start getting to the end of the season and the team of the seasons start approaching from the horizon, people will start losing interest in these players, will start selling them, and they'll start dropping in value once again. Now let's talk a little bit about what kind of players you should be looking to trade, what kind of items you should be looking to trade. But just before that, just a little advice on if you really want a Team of the Year player for your team or whatever, I really think the best way to do is just start to trade for it, because really the odds of you pulling one of these players from a pack, it's really, really, really low. I mean, let's say like Team of the Year Messi, which surely will be in it. There probably won't be enough people watching this video for one of you to get him. Now, I hope you prove me wrong, and good luck to you if you do. But there's a really, really small chances, really. Yeah, and just at the end of the day, it's much better to try to make your own odds and try to trade it. It will be a good opportunity to trade. There's going to be a lot of deals about. So that's just my little 2 cents. But of course, if you do enjoy opening packs and you like the thrill of opening packs, then that's a different story. But what kind of players you should be looking to trade? The Team of the Year players in itself, and also the Team of the Week players. Maybe the current Team of the Week that is out now will be able to coexist with the Team of the Year. Maybe it will only be the next week's Team of the Week. But either way, I would say those are a very good opportunity. I mean, I haven't traded too much this year. I've mainly just done my road to 1 million. But on the past FIFAs, I've made most of my coins with just trading with the Team of the Week players. And they're a little bit more risky because they're dropping in price while you're trading with them. But I found that if you're able to ride that price wave that they're going through, and you'll be able to make quite some nice profits. But the key thing when trading with Team of the Year and Team of the Week players is that you gotta sell them on the first time. That's really, really important. Especially if you're doing it during like a happy hour or something like that. You really, really need them to sell the first time. That's really the most important thing. So don't rush into a deal. Let's say a player is going for like 100K and you find one for, let's say 90K. So if you put him up for 99K by now, which will be the cheapest, chances are within a few minutes, somebody else is going to put one for 98. And then yours is not going to sell throughout the whole hour. And then by the time the hour is over, the cheapest one will be, let's say, 95 or 94. And by then your profit will be gone. So, you need to really take into account tax, of course, because some of these players will be expensive, but you also need to take into account that some of these players will drop in price, after you listen them. So you need to sort of keep trying to make them be the cheapest, even though people will, list other auctions than the ones that are already up on the market. If that makes any sense. But yeah, so those Team of the Week's informed players in general are really good players to trade, to look out for. But also any gold players that will be coming out of packs, there will be just so many gold players coming out of packs. You can probably there's just going to be too many players. I mean, so many players will pick up players from packs and just put them up for 150 start price, or not really check their prices, just put them up for whatever they think they're going for. And whenever there's just too many players on the market, inevitably a few of them will slip by sort of unnoticed, and you'll be able to get them for cheap. And the same thing is for consumables, which is especially good if you don't have too many coins, because they're obviously cheap. So many players will put them up for 150 start price, and again, a lot of them will slip by unnoticed. And what you could do is you could fill a consumables list with cards that you want, either for you to use them because they will be already at a cheaper price than they are right now. So you could just save them up to use them later, or you could even sell them later once they go back up in price a little bit more. But I guess this is my items to trade. You can pretty much trade with anything that's coming out of packs, because there's just going to be so many stuff coming out of packs that things will go by unnoticed, and that's always something very good to make a profit. I guess this is my tips for the Team of the Year. So good luck to you. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, a like would be very much appreciated. But other than that, I will see you next time, and bye-bye.